Over the last about 2 months, Henry has been in the hospital. He had a stroke and some other complications, and he is back today. Amen? And he wants to give a testimony. And Henry, would you come and do that? He's going to have to use a microphone because that tube down his throat didn't help him any.
No.
There you go.
First, I'd like to say thank God for being here. This is going to be a little hard for me and stuff. I might get a little sentimental and I might even start crying. A couple months ago, I had a stroke. I had a heart attack. I had seizures. And I had no idea. My family came down from Boston, North Carolina, Youngstown, Ohio. I had pastors come up and pray for me, helping out my wife. They said I was supposed to die, but the Lord said, that's not true. He kept me here for a reason, and I believe that reason is to be a testimony to all of you and other people in the world. For the things that I've been through, I was in a coma for over 3 weeks. I had eternal bleeding for almost a month. And everybody said it was a miracle that I'm still alive now. The doctor said I wasn't supposed to walk, that I was supposed to stay in the bed. I told them, no, that's not true. I'm gonna walk and I'm gonna get out the bed. The Lord made it where I could get out the bed, and I told the nurse I want to walk. But that wasn't until I was asleep for almost a month before I even realized that I was in the hospital. I didn't have no idea of the stuff that was going on with me. I had no idea. My family members was there at the hospital with me for weeks. My family and friends was with me, and I didn't even know they was there. The Lord been so good to me. I told the pastor I have to share it, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here now. If it wasn't for my wife calling the ambulance, I wouldn't be here now. And I'm just truly thankful of all y'all's prayers while I was in the hospital. I'm thankful for the pastor and his wife. I did see them when they was up there, and they kept coming up visiting me. I'm thankful for all my friends, all my relatives for sticking by me and truly praying for me. And God answered prayers, because he answered all of y'all's prayers for me. Like I said, I had no idea that I had a stroke. I had no idea I had a heart attack. And when my wife told me, it was nothing but God that brought me through all this. And it's nothing but God that's been with me. He's always been with me. I always believed if you do for the Lord, He will do for you. And I've never been sick before in my life. They had tubes down my throat. They were sticking me in my stomach with needles every single day. They were sticking me in my arms. I went through a lot of pain. And it was not easy. But I prayed, and the Lord brought me through it all. He made it where I could walk again, and He made it where I could talk again. My voice box is bruised real bad because I had tubes in my throat, and they said I pulled them out. I had no idea of that. I fell a couple times in the hospital because for one thing, I didn't even know I was in the hospital. And when I woke up, I didn't know where I was at. And I was trying to go to the bathroom, and I fell. And I hurt my spine real bad. And for weeks, I was in a lot of pain. All they could give me was a pill for it. They couldn't really help me. But the Lord, He made it where I can make it. He made it where when it came down to, I started walking, and the doctors see me walking, and they say, well, he ain't even supposed to walk. How's he walking? And I told everybody when I was in the hospital, I said, that's the Lord that's helping me to walk, and I'm going to walk out of here. And they say, well, you ain't supposed to get up because you're on fall restrictions. You're supposed to call for the nurse. I was calling for the nurse. It was taking over 20 minutes for him to get to the room. By that time, I would have went to the bathroom by myself. And I said, Lord, I can't just lay here. And I don't even know how they had me tied down for weeks. And I was able to untie myself and go to the bathroom because they wasn't coming to help me. I had some good nurses, and I had some bad nurses. I had some nurses that was screaming at me and stuff, and I didn't even know why. I was never in this position in my life. And they were telling me, you ain't supposed to get up, you ain't supposed to move, what are you doing? But they was real mean, and they was real nasty. And I called my wife, and I said, babe, I can't stay here. I said, they're not treating me right. They act like I'm supposed to just lay down and just die. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I'm going to live. And I prayed on it. I had over 5 pastors come to visit me, and each one of them prayed for me. And those prayers was answered because when I walked out in the hallway of the hospital and the doctors seen me walking, they said, you know what? They came in my room. I had 6 doctors come in my room, and they said, we're going to put you in rehab. We're going to put you in the rehab program. And they said they had a waiting list. I only waited 1 day. That's how the Lord works. I did not have to wait. Once they found out that I could walk, I did not have to wait. They told me I might have to wait a couple weeks to get rehabilitated. That very next day, they was moving me into my room. Then I was in the rehabilitation for over 3 weeks. I started out only walking 4 steps. Before I left there, I was able to walk 5 flights of steps in the hospital. And they all were saying they couldn't believe how I was able to move, how I was able to do things. And I told them, it's not me. I say, it's the Lord in me, and it's the people that's praying for me that made it possible for me to do the things that I was doing. If it wasn't for the prayers, and if it wasn't for God, I would not be here right now. And I just want to let you all know that God is truly real. Because when you see me, you can tell God's real. I went through so much, but He took me out of everything. He brought me through so much. And my wife is still telling me the things that I had to go through, the problems that I had. I had no idea of any of it. I had no idea. I fell out at my job, and I don't even remember falling out at my job. She said I called my brother in Youngstown and told him I fell out in the bathroom. I don't even remember calling him. I don't remember how I even got home. I don't remember falling out at home. I don't remember none of the incidents, but they happened. And the people that know me know they happened, and they seen how I was. And that's why they were saying that I was a miracle. And I couldn't understand what they were talking about, because I didn't even know I was in that position. But God made it where I didn't have to know. He made it where I didn't have to see all that pain. I went through it, but on the other hand, I didn't go through it, because He brought me through something that I would never believe that I went through. There's people that I know, it's friends that I know, they had seizures and they died within a day. I had a seizure, I had a heart attack, I had a stroke, and I'm still here today. I can still cook, but they don't want me to. But I am gonna do. I'm a cook. I'm a cook regardless, because that's what I do. But they told me at the hospital to take it easy. As long as somebody was with me, I can still cook. I can still do the things that I love doing. And I cooked when I was in the hospital, and they couldn't even believe that I could still cook. I lost a lot of my memory from the things that I went through. My hands don't work the same. My legs are still weak. My voice is gone some, but they say in due time it all come back. On Tuesday, I stopped my rehabilitation again on Tuesday, and then they're going to start getting me back in order again. But I want to let you all know I appreciate your prayers, and thank you for everything that y'all done for me. And I'm going to go and continue to be a testimony. I'm going to go to the other churches here and out of town, and I'm going to testify and let them know how God was to me. And I just want to let you all know I really appreciate it. I'm really thankful, and God is real.